Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Yesterday, I was talking about being in the state of being, becoming what you want to be, expecting to experience what you want. And that means letting go of the old, letting go of past, letting go of history, letting go of what's bothering you, choosing well-being over anxiety, choosing faith over fear, choosing to not only gain knowledge, but to start to apply knowledge and to have a goal. Because if you have a deep desire for something, it's meant for you. It's not selfish. It is part of the grand universal plan, the grand scheme of things. You are part of this universe. And what makes you unique and is what you're here to do and become. What you want to experience is meant for you. And the deeper your desire, the faster and easier it will come to you. But you have to decide on what you want. Yesterday, I was reading from Neville Goddard's book, Awakened Imagination, and today I'm going to read from The Power of Awareness, his chapter on desire. Neville Goddard wrote, yes, 1950, anyways, before I was born. So the language is a bit flowery, but it still is true. It is one of the powerful laws of the universe. And he says, the changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself always appear to the unenlightened to be the result not of a change of your consciousness, but of chance, of cause or coincidence. However, the only fate governing your life is the fate determined by your own concepts, your own assumptions. For an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Wow. How much of our lives do we spend assuming that bad is going to happen, assuming that something is going to go wrong, assuming and expecting the worst? And guess what? You're more inclined to get the worst or what you don't want because you're so focused on your own concept, your own assumptions, your expectation that things are going to go bad, that you don't deserve, you're not worthy. And I want you to think of that as, well, Jay Shetty would call it brules, bullshit rules, things that are not meant to happen, but what you focus on becomes manifest in your life. So I'm going to read again what Neville Goddard said. The changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself, they're not a change of outside cause or coincidence, but they are a change of your own consciousness. So that gives me hope that when I change what I think is meant for me, when I think I'm worthy of receiving, I make new assumptions, my life changes. I change how I think and feel about myself and my life. The universe conspires to make it happen. That gets me excited and hopeful. Neville Goddard says, the ideal you seek and hope to attain will not manifest itself, will not be realized by you until you have imagined that you are already that ideal. You have to imagine it first, and then you become your ideal. There is no escape for you except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself, except by your assumption of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Therefore, make results or accomplishments a crucial test of your ability to use your imagination. Bob Proctor taught me that imagination is one of our mental faculties that we have been gifted by God. You have an imagination. Instead of using your imagination against yourself, why not use it for yourself, for what you want? Assume that what you think about becomes true. So if you've been programmed and practiced assuming the worst, imagining all the things that could go wrong, I want you to stop going down that path, make an abrupt turn, and decide, I'm going the other way. I'm going where I want. I'm going to assume that life is always working out in my favor. And sometimes when it seems like the worst is happening, that means the universe is doing something radical to clear a path, because that maybe I've gone so far down the downward spiral of anxiety and worry and depression and thinking about all the things that could go wrong. I don't want to go there anymore. But what do I want? If I assume that what I think about what I want is meant for me, and I can have anything I want, what do I really want? That takes some practice. If you spent 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years of your life worrying about what could go wrong, planning for plan B in case what I really want doesn't happen. Oh, woe is me, everything is going wrong. I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. I want you to stop that right this instant. I don't know who programmed you to think thoughts of worry and doubt and despair and anxiety and fear. But those are low-level vibrational energies, and they attract more low-level vibrational things, more resentments, more grief, more guilt, more shame, more things to plan to go wrong. Let's practice thinking about, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to think about that. Today is a new day. It is a brand new day that has never been lived before. I don't have to take the residue of the past into the future. I can leave it at the shore. I can unpack that bag. I can leave it behind and start to think about, if I could have anything, what do I want? What do I really want? Not what my husband or wife or parents or children think are for me or should be, or what I should want, what society says is a good thing. What do I really want? Do I care about millions of dollars? And if so, why? Why is that important? What do I want to do? I can only have so much. Is it meant for me to build schools in Africa or change the way the reserves are run? Build houses for homeless people? What speaks to me, to my heart, to my desire? Do I want to leave a legacy where the world knows, just like the Wright brothers, now I can fly all over the world because the Wright brothers didn't give up on their dream? I am so grateful for that. Or do you want to live a life of ease and peace, contentment? Maybe after a while that gets boring. What do you love to do? Neville Goddard says, everything depends on your attitude towards yourself. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized for you, by you, for that attitude alone is the necessary condition by which you realize your goal. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized by you, for that attitude alone is the necessary condition by which you realize your goal. If you've spent your life assuming that you're not healthy, you're not happy, you're not wealthy, that's what you've experienced because the subconscious mind goes looking for what you're thinking and feeling, and it matches the vibrational energy that you're in. No one ever told me that growing up. I had to experience it and realize it pretty late in life. After working for 39 years, looking at, what else is there? If I wasn't doing this, what would I love to do? If I wasn't telling myself that I'm not good enough, that that's meant for other people, I wish I could have that, but I think about get the big but out of the way and start practicing thinking about how lovely it would be if I could have what I wanted. But what do I want? What do I really, really want? What do you really, really want? What you want is different than what I want. What you want is different, maybe, than what your parents told you you should want. I grew up in a society that said the only thing that's important is working hard, going to school, getting a good job, earning money, paying your bills, buying a house, raising a family, contributing to society, looking after everybody else. And then, after you have enough money and you can retire, hopefully you have enough life left that you could do what you want. Travel or buy nice things. And then I started noticing people dying in their 30s and 40s and 50s long before they had enough money to do what they wanted to do, long before they could have the time and money freedom to do what they wanted. And this didn't seem to make sense. And then Bob Proctor came into my life and said, what do you really, 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 really want? That opens up a whole new life, a whole new door, a whole new experience. opens up the entire universe. What do you desire when you think about it? Whether it's material objects, a lifestyle, love, peace, harmony, joy. What brings you joy? What does peace feel like? What does an ideal day look like? If you didn't have to worry about the money or looking after other people, how would you be spending your day? What usually happens is we start thinking about what we really want, and then we start to worry about how, or put up roadblocks because we start to think, I don't know how that could happen because I have all this to do. I want you to truly let go of your concrete responsibilities that you think you have to do. Just listen to some more words from Neville Goddard. He says, all transformation is based upon suggestion. And this can work only when you lay yourself completely open to an influence. You must abandon yourself to your ideal as a woman abandons herself to love. For complete abandonment of self, complete abandonment of self to it is the way to union with your ideal. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it, and this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness. The man who is not prepared for the conscious plunge into the assumption of the wish fulfilled in the faith that it is the only way to the realization of his dream is not yet ready to live consciously by the law of assumption, although there is no doubt that he does live by the law of assumption unconsciously. So if you're assuming that things are going to go wrong, that it's going to be a crazy day, that you have to work hard, you're going to experience that because you've suggested it to yourself, you have assumed it to be true, and you get what you assume, you get what you expect. So it takes practice to imagine and experience that you are already living the way you want to live. Everything starts in the imagination and in the feeling. So when you decide what you really want and you get that clear in your conscious mind, maybe you want to write it down. Maybe you want to write it down as if it's already here. I am so happy. I am so grateful. This is my life. And write down what you want to experience and write it down as if you are already experiencing it. The only way to fulfill that is to expect it, assume it, know that it's yours. Just like Christmas has just passed, we know another Christmas is on its way, but it's like 350 days away. But you assume it's coming, you know it's on its way. So I want you to pretend that your deepest desire, not only it's on its way, but eagerly anticipate it. Assume that it's yours. Expect that it's yours. And it's just a matter of experiencing it in physical reality. Neville Goddard says, for you who accept this principle and are ready to live by consciously assuming that your wish is already fulfilled, the adventure of life begins. To reach a higher level of being, you must assume a higher concept of yourself. If you will not imagine yourself as other than what you are, then you remain as you are. For if ye believe not that I am He, ye shall die in your sins. If you do not believe that you are He, the person you want to be, then you remain as you are. Through the faithful, systematic cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. When you get into the vibrational energy of the feeling of your deepest desire, you claim it, you feel it, you expect it, you assume it. It shows up in your physical reality. Some days I wish I knew this when I was young, but I also know that what happened in my life has prepared me for struggles, for challenges, for going through what I needed to go through in order to experience what I really want. There is a law of polarity, a law of opposites. So what you've looked at in your life as what you don't want, now you know what you really do want. And if you say, I don't know what I really want, well, it's probably the opposite of what you've experienced, what you've been through, maybe what you currently have. If you haven't opened up your imagination yet to dream big about what you do want, maybe you write down what you're ready to give up, what you don't want, what you're done with, what you've experienced that you don't like, and what is the opposite. You could pretend that it's a fantasy movie and the hero has gone through all kinds of problems and now write the happy ending. The hero has conquered evil, conquered the villain. The past is past. All the fighting, all the worry, all the anxiety, all the problems, that already happened in the first and second act of the play. And now the hero is triumphant, conquered the mountain, standing on the summit with the love of your life, living in your dream home, fulfilling your deepest desires. What work do you want to do that fulfills you? It might be challenging, it might be difficult, but that's why it fulfills you. You have special gifts. You have been gifted with an imagination. Use it to decide how you want to live the rest of your life. Not how it's going to happen, but what do you want? As you sit quietly without distractions, using some time to block out the current reality, closing your eyes and quietly thinking about, blocking out what you hear, smell, taste, touch, and see. And see with your mind's eye, your imagination, beautiful life that you really, really desire. Why do you want it? How are you going to feel? Assume that you know how it feels. Assume that you know what it looks like. Expect that it's yours. You just maybe can't show it to other people in physical reality yet, because it's here now in your mind, in your imagination, in your beautiful, creative mind. And you plant the seeds of your desire deeply in your heart. The more you think about it, the more you nurture it, the more you take care of your dream, the more you get into the feeling of what it's like. That vibrational energy goes out into the vast, infinite universe, and things start to show up in your current reality. Things start to show up, different people, different ideas, all the resources that you need to fulfill your deep desire, to bring into your physical experience the picture of what you want. You have to really want it. You have to have a deep desire. If you have a deep desire to be somewhere other than what you are, where you are, what you're doing, then practice thinking about what that looks like, what that feels like. And I'm going to read Neville Goddard's line again. The changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself always appear to the unenlightened, the other people in your life, to be the result of outer cause or coincidence. But it's really a change of your own consciousness. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. The ideal you seek and hope to attain will manifest itself when you have imagined that you are already that ideal. It will not be realized by you until you match the vibrational energy of the wish fulfilled. Why do you want what you want? Because of how you're going to feel. So get into that state of being. See it, feel it, write about it. Write a vision of how you want your life to be, to feel, to look. Get your sensory factors involved. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Maybe there's a taste and smell. Get so clear on your goal, your imagined reality of what you truly desire. You can just taste it. You know it's yours. And start to imagine it, expect it, feel it, do it, create it. Expect that it's yours. Expect an abundance. Create a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you back here Monday morning at 7. Thank you.